Alrighty, it's your boy Zuxus, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And today we're showcasing one of the more popular characters as of maybe like a couple months now, maybe last month or I'd say a bit. But Snow White, right? She's a pilgrim character that does look very insane. Like this is a bit much she got going on, I'm not gonna lie. But she is a very interesting character, right? But the thing that makes her stand out, other than like more than other characters I should say, is her ultimate essentially, right? So we're gonna be looking mainly at that today, but let's go over her skills and stuff like that. If you guys are new to the channel, feel free to subscribe if you guys enjoy these types of videos and all that stuff. So my Snow White is not invested in at all because I don't use her, obviously. So all her skills are level 1. We're gonna do level 1 showcases here, which will be fine, right? Because again, if just because you pull her, like let's say you pull her today, you're not going to get her skills leveled up to 10, right? At least not instantly if you plan on using her. But again, what makes her really nice is her ultimate. So let's just take a look at her. So she's an assault rifle, I believe. Yeah, assault rifle. But let's look at her skills here. So her skill 1 activates when normal attack hits 30 times, affects the target, deals 51.75% of attack as additional damage. So is that permanent? I don't know what, like, is that permanent? Because it says activates when normal attack hits 30 times. So is it, I guess maybe every 30 hits she probably will do extra damage. Probably, yeah, every 30 hits she might just do extra damage. Because then it also says activates when normal attack hits 30 times, affects self, increases her attack by 5.17% for 5 seconds. We'll definitely see. I'm going to look out for this part here. We're definitely going to take a look at that though when we get into the showcase. Her second skill affects enemies within the attack range. Target deals 90.46% of attack as damage, right? Pretty good. It's going to be attacks within range, so I think that's only going to be close up and if not medium as well. I believe with AR it's close up for sure, but it's not going to go like long range, right? Probably mid range and then close ups. Activates when attacking during a full burst. Self increases her crit rate by 16%, 16.31% for 10 seconds. That's good because I'm definitely going to have her paired up with Helm then for the more crit rate when we're in a full burst, right? And now on to her ultimate. So her weapon changes, right? Affects herself. Her weapon changes. I don't know what her weapon changes into. We'll figure that out. Her charge time is 5 seconds. She deals the damage is 124.87% of an attack, but full charge damage is 1000% damage. Max ammo capacity is 1 round, and then she actually has a pierce effect as well. So that's what makes her ultimate very, very boom, because of that pierce effect. And then when it's a fully charged, it's a one like a bullet type thing, right? It's one literally 1 ammo capacity, and then it's going to basically have a pierce effect and essentially do, I guess you could say 1124.87% of an attack. Not to mention if we do crit, we have the crit rate from herself. Hopefully we can have the 30% or the 5% extra attack increase, but we'll see. And then for the set, I have Onslaught on her, or for the cube, because it's going to increase her charge damage by just a bit more, right? So keep that in mind with this character here, right? So I'm very excited. I did put my Modernia gear on her, so she's going to perform slightly better, especially with level 1 skills. I'm curious, right? I'm actually so curious to see how she's going to perform here, right? So we're going to keep this type of setup. I think, like, for most showcases, I'm going to keep this setup, right? N102 is going to give us an attack buff when we're in when she uses her ultimate, I guess. Helm is going to give us an attack buff. Privity is going to give us an attack buff. Helm is going to increase her crit rate. And then Senti is actually going to be lowering their defense, right? We don't really need defense here, but she's definitely going to be lowering their defense, which is going to show more damage. So right before she ults, I'm gonna take a look at her damage, and then we're gonna see how much it jumped up by right after she ults. So I'll definitely look out for that. All right, keep that in mind. And I did put her in the middle, so we will, well, yeah, okay, let's see. So Okay, wait, let me see. What buffs do we have right now? Right, so again, we get the 51.75% after every 30 attacks. So we have this buff already. Okay, yeah, so that means every 30 hits, she does an additional 51.75% of attack damage, right? Every 30 hits, essentially. And then every 30 hits, she also gets this attack buff by 5. So, okay, that's not bad. Right, so I guess yeah, you see those numbers right there? Okay, okay. So right now we're at 50 or 500,000. Let's see what she's going to do with her ultimate, how much it jumps up by. Oh, I've never seen this. Okay. Oh, it's charging up. Okay, so it's charging up to 1,000. And she let it off. Damn. So it increased by 1 million. Damn. Right, and mine is not built, right? Keep in mind, my Snow White is not even built. So she just increased her damage with the, I assume, with Privity's attack buff, with Helm's attack buff, and 102. And then Senti's defense lowering. She just essentially increased her damage by what, like, she's gonna be good against bosses, right? That's like some type of power, like power type stuff, because power does do more, right? If she's at full charge, right? She does an additional like 1,000%, right? Like 1,500% at level 10 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, she's gonna be able to do damage too. I mean, just outright damage, it doesn't look like she's like as consistent, I'm gonna say. Right, I still don't think she's somebody you really need to use. Like, as a main DPS, I wouldn't really recommend her at all, really. As a main DPS, she's healing a lot there because of Helm, though. Main DPS, probably not. I mean, she is a main DPS, but like, I would say only use this girl for like bosses, right? For that, like, because again, look, right now we're at 3,000 or 3.2 million damage, right? With this, okay, so it's charging, right, and then essentially it's charging 1,000%, and then she did, I seen it said 900k there actually. So that's pretty good, right? I think she did get the crit too, right? Because again, we have that she's increasing her own crit rate, and then we have Helm's crit rate increase as well, right? So she did essentially basically 1 million level 1 skills, not invested in at all. She's doing 1 million with that on level 1, which is going to be very good, right? Against, I don't want to say it's going to be very, very good, but obviously when you build her up completely, and if you give her a way better team than this, she's going to perform well, right? So I did like what I seen there. Yeah, she's going to be a nice cheat, right? For like bosses, she's definitely going to be a nice cheat with that type of mechanic, right? And it's only 1,000. Like, let me see in the like Wikipedia, Nikkepedia, whatever they call it. What do they call that thing? Yeah, Nikkepedia. I want to see what her percentage is at level 10, if I can find her. Snow White. Yeah, let's see what her percentages are at like level 10, right? Status details. So the damage is now at 400, basically 500%. It's still at 1,000 here. Her crit rate, it gets increased by a lot more. 82% for additional damage, and then her attack gets increased from like 5% to like 8%. It's only a 3% difference, nothing that crazy. But her damage, what is it? That's so 499.5 compared to a level 1 is what? 499.5 on level 10, and then on level 1, it's 100. That's a big jump. That's so at level 10, she's gonna perform, especially for her ultimate. Honestly, if it was me, when building this character, you really don't need to build, if you're gonna use her just to like not cheat, but if you're gonna build her just to do that big burst damage with her burst skill, you can honestly just build up her burst skill and nothing else, right? Save materials. You don't need to build up, because again, your attack being increased by 3 extra % is not gonna make, you don't need to spend that much materials, I don't feel like, for 3 extra %. Sure, you're going up in terms of 30% for additional damage every 30 hits, but just in general, for that 5 seconds, 3% is not something you need to invest in heavy, right? And then the second skill is, again, it's completely up to you guys. because crit rate gets increased by, I believe, 10%, and then affects enemy within the attack range. I don't know what that got increased by. It was 90% at level 1. I don't know, I went all the way home. 90% level 1. On level 10, it is, level 10, it would be, wait. It went up by 50% essentially. So, I mean, yeah, you don't, it's up to you for the skill 2. Wouldn't say you need to invest in the skill 1 at all. But mainly that ultimate, you could definitely invest into that heavy, for sure. You can invest into that heavy because that goes up by like basically times 4 damage, right? She multiplies her damage by times 4. Not to mention if you have other buffs, she has the pierce effect. She's gonna be one tapping if you have a level 10 burst skill. Definitely gonna be one tapping bosses. But again, you got to remember her charge thing does take time though. So you don't even need to give her Onslaught, or you can give her more like of a charge speed, right? So the, what is that set called? A Juntint or whatever it's called. You can give her that too. Because as you guys seen there, it took her a long time to get, not a long time, but it took her like a couple seconds to get to 1000% on her burst. And in some stages, I'm sure even in endgame, there's going to be bosses that just nuke her within that time, right? So you got to remember that. I mean, you have characters, like you could have a taunt if you want, but you remember little things like that, right? But I would say she's a very nice character. Little nice, like, cheat character there. Definitely, like, one of those characters people like to invest to just for that, like, big damage, right? But again, you wouldn't really need to invest into her skill 1 or her skill 2. It's up to you for her skill 2 if you want 50% more damage dealt to the target within range, and if you want 10% more crit rate, that's up to you. But again, that ultimate is definitely going to make or break a lot of situations coming down the line. So again, it's completely up to you guys. I probably in the future will get this to level 10 because I think I could do a lot of cheats with this girl. But you guys let me know what you think. This is going to be the Snow White showcase, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.